Okay, let's bring it on. It's Monday. Oh, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Hey. It's Wednesday evening. It's 9 PM. UK time. It's the not yet titled Monday stream, Wednesday edition. This is the voice of Ryan, one of the immaterial gamers, and yeah, we're still carrying on with Pyre because we still got more to do. So before I get on with that, you may notice on the screen there's a goal on the side on the top left. It says 38 days to go. It's just going to keep going. I just had to put a timer on, and I just set it for New Year's Day. The next 12 hours one idiot stream has been set, but it won't happen until we hit 100 followers. And we have to be over 100 followers by the time it does, so don't all come in and all follow and go, ah, that's great, and then leave. So if you want to see an idiot play Sonic Adventure for 12 hours or until he gets 150 emblems, believe me, the task is going to be just 12 hours. There's no way. It's not happening. Then give us a follow. Right, with that out of the way, let's carry on with our liberation rites. We're at the Hulk of Horrors. We're on our we've completed our third liberation rite. And we're running out of stars. When the stars run out, the liberation rites will end permanently. So we need to get a few more of our crew. Oh yes. Yeah. Good riddance to that mouthy wraith. Yeah. Show us then what trinket she bestowed upon us. Oh right, so that's where it's saved. There's your tail. Alright, now you're done. Let's explore the Fathomless Trench. You spent a quiet afternoon in the sprawling waters of Fathomless Trench, surveying the area with some of your companions. Hail, noble Volfrid! What tidings? We are alone out here. It should be a quiet night ahead. Your investigation yields nothing of note. The three of you return to the wagon for the remainder of the day, where you should have time to pursue your vocations. I.e. level up someone. Which in this case, level up Gilman. Because he's who I want to ascend next. This night shall be your ego protege. Yeah, well, get to it. You and Sir Gilman spend some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rite, yeah, such as the properties of the aura. There you go, private lesson. This knight has no idea what the Master Reader said exactly, yet feels smarter nonetheless. Well, so you've learnt nothing. Is that what you're saying, Gilman? You've learnt absolutely naff all. Fair enough then. Well, you've learnt something, but you just don't know what you've learnt. I mean, sure. Right, anyway, let's continue our journey. To the Hulk of Horrors. Oh, the wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone or something that got right in its path. At first you see no sign of whomever, or whatever it was. Then, a voice rings out from off to the side of your path. The friendly yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is. Hey guys, so maybe watch where you're going a bit more next time, I guess? You must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, look at him. But it's good running into you like this because I got for you a really special deal. We got some pretty out there stuff on hand and it's been slowing us a bit, to be completely honest here. There's something about him, I don't know, but Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why, these little numbers, they're gonna go flying off the shelves. And you can have first dibs. All you gotta do is give us a lift, cause you're headed to the Hulk of Horrors, right? Just drop us off when you get there, okay? The Black Wagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodations, but it may have enough room for Falcon Ron, barely, at least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifacts he's transporting right now, and wonder whether you should get involved. Get in. Though your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks, you invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard. Great, thanks guys. I'll just, squeeze right in. He does not. Dad, come on, put your back into it already. Eventually Falcon Ron manages to get on board and as you prepare to set forth again. Hey, welcome, Falcon Ron. After what felt like an interminable trip, during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him, you reach your destination. Anyways, thanks guys. Remember what I said, these fingers I got here, you got dibs on them. If you come visit me and Dad, that is. Now we'll be going, so be seeing you, okay? Whether from Falcon Ron's ceaseless drivel or the ill effects of his cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts. Oh dear, we lost 5 glory. I'm making it hard to watch Wednesday. Why? Is it the voice? But that ain't gonna change. Oh. Boom. Boom, boom. Right, so what did he sell? Oh, hey guys, thanks for helping me and Dad back there. We really owe you one, and so, as promised, I got something really, really good in stock for you right here. He pauses for dramatic effect, then he reveals to you several artifacts. Black Hoof, Black Heart, or Black Claw. And Black Claw. So, we've got the Black Hoof. The bearer has 100% more stamina than usual, but cannot grasp the orb. No. Black Heart. After getting banished, bearer either returns with infinite stamina, or as a fast-moving howler. Okay. And Black Claw. The bearer's aura remains while grasping the orb, but cannot be cast. And cannot be used by worms, harps, or crones. So all the decent auras, the unique auras, can't be used. They emanate with energy, but they cannot possibly be completely healthy. Nice, huh? You guys, you got first dibs on these bad boys, and I can tell you what, they're gonna go fast. Yeah, how much is Black Claw? Almost feel I could put that on Tizo. What we do have is Ruki's talisman, which can be sold. Don't think we need the lucrative contract anymore, to be fair. Keep hold of the rest. We will pick up the Black Claw. Ah, great. You guys, I knew you were discerning customers. Now, you enjoy that one, okay? And remember, I still got the others too, and you can buy them if you want. No, I'm good. Though these ones, they are real popular, and so no refunds on these guys, you understand? But they are real good, so there's no chance you're going to want to pawn them off. So basically, you buy them, and they're yours. Right, so if we look to someone like, Tizo, and I know he's got his thing costing less stamina than usual, but having the ability to just keep their aura is great. So, you know, Gilman's still got the Luminous Idol, which I think is fine. Who's got the other band though? No, we could just have that. That sounds right. Alright, bye Falcon Ron. Pleasure doing business with you guys, so bye. Right, it's time to complete the rite. or commence the rite. The mood is more dour than usual as you make preparations for the coming rite. A hush has fallen over your fellow exiles and a sense of dread hangs in the air. At least one of your companions is unfazed. Yeah, we sense the influence of one of our own. She is nearby. Her mind, corrupted, calls out, screaming. Canst thou hear it, perhaps? She speaks of which, Ulmhilda, the adversary whom you expect to face this night. The witch, she doth revere an ancient god undying and unyielding on this land and on her conscience-ness. We may attempt an exorcism here, for the conditions are unique, and she may not be expecting us to be abetting you. However, 'tis a risk, upon her mind and mine own. Although, a worthwhile risk perhaps. Yeah. Bertrude seems to think that Ulmida can be weakened somehow through the coming rite. Then the stars above begin to shimmer with their strange light. There, the star of Yath. Our adversary worships it and whom it represents. Fixate upon that star, reading one. If thou so darest invoke its power, do so, and our adversary Ulmilda shall be emboldened, but also left vulnerable to our own sorceries. We may yet limit her ambitions thus. Okay. She wants me to invoke the Star of Ysalk. What's that one? Oh. So what does Ysalk? Your adversary shall be more cunning and much quicker to react. Islak, thank you. Thank you very much, voice. I appreciate it. Well, let's invoke him. I come for the games, but I stay for voices. Fair enough. My throat is going to get wrecked by the end of this because I'm going to be, I think I'm going to be two crones arguing here.
I say deceiver, for I detect another exile in your ranks. The exile Volfred Sandalwood himself. That cursed sap.
Yes.
I ought to have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition. Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own? I thought that we were friends.
No, you're a voice.
Fine. Let us return to a more formal distance.
Alright, voice. Calm it.
Yes, what have we here? We have returned once more into our presence. Yes, we sense something among ye. Who?
Bertrude slithers forth and gazes at her adversary.
Thou maggot, we should have known.
But Bertrude does not respond.
Ye Nightwings, that one shall be of little benefit to ye. That one's sorceries are a mere pittance to the overwhelming might of Islak. Soon you shall see.
Yeah, well... What? Reader, my kin, let us confer a moment here. I am returned now to the rites, a tradition that I once disavowed. And, now that I've donned the raiments, the voice knows I am here. It is no matter, really, for our plan is well in motion, which is currently at 55%, by the way. Good odds. All that remains, for us, is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us now see whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use. Ah, tutorial on how to use Volfred.
And there he is at last, alive and well. I know that you can hear me, Sandalwood. You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth.
Ah.
You plant your little seeds of discontent. Know that your designs at sowing chaos shall not be tolerated here. Now,
Link.
good evening to you.
Hold B to spawn sapling. Alfred is banished, his sapling expires. Okay. Press Y to proceed. Okay. Now then, Nightwings. I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a triumvirate together.
Reading 1. Thou invoketh the Star of Islak, so then, beware. Through our sorceries, shall Ulmid be cast into hopeless doubt about her faith upon her god. It shall be done if we prevail, but only if. Our own mind shall be perhaps be forfeit otherwise.
It seems that throughout the outcome of this rite, either Ulmilda shall be permanently weakened or Bertrude shall instead. Okay.
Your band of traitors.
Alright. Right, Tizo.
Tizo.
Get in. Gilman.
Sir Gilman.
And Bertrude.
Bertrude. Very well.
This knight is unafraid of our most terrifying foe. For the most part.
Now then, Nightwings, you wish to mock, you suck. Ye, in your infinite foolishness, shall be among the first to suffer.
I am gonna have no throat. Right, let's do this.
Begin.
Whoop. Up. What? Get in.
In honor of the scribes.
Okay.
To us of no consequence, we shall awaken him. Try as you might to set us back.
Oh, I will look to attempt to set you back. No!
Ho, ho, ho.
No! Dropped.
The orb.
Get up, Gilman. Get up, Gilman. No, you don't. Haha! Peace.
Tizo doused their pyre.
I'll have Sir Gilman down to the pyre. That needs to happen. Okay. No, no. Ow.
Flames grow weak.
It's alright, we're good, we're good. No!
No, you don't.
Where's the orb? There's the orb.
Spectacular! A
That's
weak
unfortunate.
attempt, and yet it hit the mark. A show of strength from the Nightwing's opponents.
No, dropped.
No. No.
No! Ah!
Oh.
Get in.
Beauteous.
34 to go.
The Nightwing's pyre burns brighter for now.
No! Ah, shut up, voice. Why did you jump?
Their pyre shan't survive much more. of
7.
that.
7 more, let's do it.
The rite has nearly ended. How comical.
Ow! Get in!
And it is done.
Sure, we didn't get Gilman to
Nightwings
do it, but now
prevailed.
we've gone to this
Alas,
permanently
that their
weakened.
adversaries failed to stop them. The right is ended.
Yes, it is, voice.
Yeah. How can this be? How can this be? Islak. Answer us. Islak. Islak.
Which Almilda continues with her screaming, having been defeated in the right. You observe Bertrude there, fixed in a meditative pose.
There. Ulmilda. Relent. Relent. Thy God has not abandoned thee, because thy God is dead. Thy God is dead. Pray to him all thou likest, yet it shall do thee no good.
As Bertrude recedes into the shadows, Almilda slumps down, staring at nothing before her.
Impossible. This cannot be. Answer us. Answer us.
Almilda suffered -5 hope permanently.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways.
Go, everyone.
Sir Gilman's not as foolish as his lowly kind as wont.
Oh, cool. This night wonders at time about why we are here, and which forces have transpired to bring us together. Has Under King Ores himself taken an interest in this noble quest? I don't know, but we've got to level up at least. What's this? For 10 seconds after banishing an adversary, Sir Gilman gains an additional 10. Deals an additional 10 to the adversary's Pyre. Okay. That being said... we'll take that one. This would be nice to move on there. Bertrude.
Until
Sorted.
the stars align.
Indeed. Well, we did it. Back at the Black Wagon, you're taking some time to recover after overwhelming the Withdrawn with aplomb when Volfred approaches. The Nightwings are in capable hands these days, my kin. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, which is now 57%. Especially if you continue to prevail like that. Come, let's see whom we shall square against next when next the stars align. Yeah, go on then. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Okay. Hope, Kelmer, and Trieste. Learned some lore there. Ugh. Titan stars. Right, let's have a look at the planet. So currently, we've got one right till next liberation. And as it would stand, we would be facing the dissidents. If we beat them, we'd be taking on the Fate. So let's look at see who we're facing. So the Tempers, who we never fought because we ended up fighting what's his face instead? The true Nightwings. Let's see who we're facing at Kelmer. Distance. Barker, head in there. And then Trieste is the Fate. You know what? We will take on Barker. We'll take on the Distance. Very well then, reader. Once more you shall face Barker and the Dissidents when next the stars align. We may set course for the Isle of Kaelmer at dawn. For now, please get some rest in the remaining dark of the night. Thank you, Lone Minstrel. Oh, got some talkies. With Alfred. Hello, my kin. Tizo and I, we were just reminiscing on old times. Tizo is happy to have Volfred back among the Nightwings once again. Thank you, Tizo. I am happy to be back among the Nightwings as well. Though, you understand why we were forced to be apart for so long, don't you? Tizo indicates he understands full well. I trust that Tarek provided some good company and song during the intervening time. Tizo confirms he did enjoy travelling alongside the lone minstrel for some time. And there he is, right on cue. Something I can do for you, Volfred, sir? Volfred laughs warmly at this. No, Tarek. We are well enough for now. Tizo and I, we were just remembering the time when we first met, the three of us. Tizo was rather apprehensive then, as I recall. He was merely being circumspect, I'm sure. Tizo has the sharpest instincts of us all. But the bite he gave to you, sir, it left a permanent impression, did it not? It did, indeed. I consider it a mark of friendship. May it stay with me for all my days. It's a good reminder that, despite the challenges we faced together in the past, my time among the Nightwings has been extraordinary. Likewise, I can say the same, sir. Tizo shares the sentiment as well. Volv returns to you. I should apologise, my kin. Here we are talking of a history you do not share. Believe me when I say we're skipping over many of the bad parts. What I mean is, it isn't my intention to exclude you as we wax nostalgic. The Nightwings that you know. We are a strange assortment, are we not? Those of us who share some kinship from the past. I suppose we cannot help but seek some warmth in it, but it should not be to the exclusion of the friendships that we forge right now. So, please, why don't you join us for a bit? Together, you, Volfred, Tizo, and the Lone Minstrel talk a while about the times gone by. The three of them pleased to be back in one another's company again, having grown close through shared experience in the past. Just the same, they welcomed you into the group. In spite of the hardships you have faced, some of these idle moments that you share together may one day form memories you think back on with fondness. Soon, the conversation winds down, though it lifted all your spirits for the while. Well, that's nice. Being friends. Right. Time's a wasting. Let's take off. Gotta get ourselves to Kelmer again. Again, we turn to the Isle of Kelmer, hidden in this storm. I have met very few who know of it all, much less have walked upon its stones and sands. The disconcerting tales of the demise of Kelmer Ropecaller, who met his end here on that isle, the imps that swarm and breed across this place today seem not to mind. Having paid witness to the rites firsthand, they become rather obsessed with it. I sometimes wonder if it is more difficult to conduct the rites with such a boisterous audience. May the dissidents find their way shortly, so that the imps may have the contest they desire. And a case of where we're going to land. Barb Reef. Volfred has a hunch you may find something valuable on this route. Or Sharp Shoal. Sir Gilman suggests this route looks clear, so you should have the time to pursue your vocations. Let's land there. Let us explore Sharp Shoal. You meet up with Sir Gilman, who suggested you go ranging with him through Sharp Shoal. This night shall escort you, good Master Reader. Together you set out to explore the murky waters around the Black Wagon. You find little to speak of other than the desolation typical of the downside. Alas, that no adventure sought us out this day. You and Sir Gilman make your way back to the wagon. Though uneventful, your search helps you ease the burden weighing on you, and leaves you with more time to pursue your vocations. Let's continue leveling Sir Gilman. And, Strunk Rasper had to better pass the Celestial Orb. I'm sure, of course he does. Here you go. Have more of that. Okay. Right. Someone also wants to talk. Oh, it's Gilman himself. Oh, he's got fire in his eye. Sir Gilman is training intently when you approach. Master Reader, this knight was so engulfed in memories of the Sea Dominion that he failed to detect your stealthy advance on his position. Splendidly done. This knight would have been vanquished by you easily. This knight is fortunate to have you as an ally rather than a mortal foe. His kind routinely clambers from the depths of the Sea Dominion to seek greater glory and, perhaps, a slightly longer life expectancy within your commonwealth. Such an honour it would be to be assigned the rank of knight and be conscripted into the front lines of the Commonwealth against their vicious winged enemies. In the Sea Dominion, it was our ultimate goal to fight our way to the surface, past our brethren, past the razor reefs, the strangled kelp, the snaggle fins that prey upon our kind. Sir Gilman continues listing undersea dangers and terrors for some time. Past the blood sniffers, the electric scallops, the rogue worms of the frigid current, the paralysing nets of the farfishers, and even past the scalding waters of the glowing trench. Finally, he trails off. Yet, even despite the myriad challenges of living in the Sea Dominion, it is each would-be worm knight's duty to abandon that place at his or her soonest convenience. How humorous it was to learn that life within your Commonwealth had quite a bit in common with our existence under sea. 'Twas not all pomp and glory as the stories told. Perhaps it is our lot as worm knights to bring strife with us wherever we should go, for even here, it seems, is our kind pitted against both our brethren and all others. He remained silent for a while, but then, well, it is fortunate that this knight found within this place so fine a company as yours. It is a most different change of pace to strive towards a common purpose, rather than strive constantly to outperform each other towards one's own self-gain. Although, to the extent we are competing still, this knight shall ever strive to take the lead. Make no mistake about that, Master Reader. This knight was born to be the best, just like all the billions like him. Now he is off to steal himself. Your pardon, Master Reader? He scoots off somewhere to continue with his self-made training regimen. Hey, and gained 1 quickness for the next rite, which will be important. Right, let's continue on. To the Isle of Kaelmer, where we meet Barker again. Oh, a messenger imp with news and rumours from the other side comes huffing towards your wagon, here in the dark waters of Deathless Tempest. You let it in and offer it some light refreshment, as Ruki would have done. The imp's message turns out to be about him. You learn Ruki's past transgressions have all been forgiven since his return to the Commonwealth. He was even offered a well-appointed home and place of business. It must have represented just the kind of lavish lifestyle that Ruki always claimed to have had for himself and his extended family. Eventually, and somewhat reluctantly, however, he refused the gifts. Instead, he tracked down Volfrit's agents and gave them ample information, thus emboldening their ranks. The last bit of the message sounds as though it was transcribed word for word from something Ruki said. It simply reads, "The rest of you better get back here soon, or else." You thank the messenger imp for the report. Soon it has all your companions talking. I had every faith that our friend Ruki would stand tall and rise to the occasion. Tizo was happy to learn that Ruki joined the revolution in the Commonwealth. Ah, the noble Ruki. He set a shining example unto us all. Don't you think he must be sad to have turned down a house? I hope he isn't sad. Hard to believe that he would have turned down living in that kind of luxury, though maybe he got used to it out here.
We understand this Ruki holds no small degree of influence, at least among his kind.
The news of Ruki's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. The messenger imp accepts some scraps to eat from you, rushes off. Hey! Some more hope for the next ride. Every little helps. Oh. Ron's here. Well, hey guys, let me tell you something real quick. Now, I happen to have heard that Mr. Greentail has moved on or something like that. Well, I just want you to know he was one of my favourite customers, and because of that, I'm giving you the same great deals, okay? Oh. Well, you could buy some dust. I mean, just a little bit of dust, eh? I mean, does that level anything up? Like, oh, Stardust does no effect on Stardust. Yeah, you don't say. Cursed Talismans have no level, I guess. Correct. So Cursed Talismans and Pairs Talismans do nothing. You can have the Luminous Idol, by the way, yeah. Actually, you might not need that one. You could probably do with... So that works. So Tizo's legendary talisman could work. Same with that one. Right, what we'll actually do is just level up the living flame. There we are. That'll do. All the hope for Ryan. Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna need it. Pleasure was all mine and Dad's, you guys. Okay, let's commence this right. Because, 2 in the first break, that'd be great. Though the now familiar surroundings of the Isle of Kelm have made preparations faster than before, the stars are already aflame by the time you and the others are gathered. The right against the dissidents is commencing soon. Please be ready, madam. Shouldn't be a problem. Always good to stretch my wings a bit besides. You wish them all good fortune in turn. Little else is said, and together you watch the celestial harmony in calm and silence, and await the dissidents. Alright, voice. So while we're here, by the way, turn that off. What's this star? Your adversaries shall all return from banishment when all are banished. Oh. No. Let's go. Let's take
Listen,
on...
well, you exiles of the Night Wings.
So I don't think the voice is happy.
The 8 scribes summon you to the Isle of Kaelma. The triumvirate you stand against shall be the dissidents. Reduce their pyre to a smolder and step closer to freedom.
We do intend to.
Now, prepare yourselves.
Okay.
Smell that, mate? Looks like we're gonna have to take this one a little serious this time. That's right, because they ain't got a Greentail clogging up the ranks no more. He's back home now with his dear old mum where he belongs. Right time you Nightwings dumped that deadbeat. Gotta have some standards after all. Just the same, we're gonna stomp you to the ground. Get ready.
Right, now that we don't have to do a deal with Barker anymore,
Who shall
though.
besmirch the Nightwing's name?
Alright, voice, I get it. Right, getting Gilman.
Sir Gilman.
I'm actually going to bring in Bertrude.
Bertrude.
And how is everyone's things going here at this point? Could bring in Volfred.
Volfred. The choice is cast.
Prepare yourself, everyone. That is some large aura that he's got there.
Been itching for another go. Let's have it, mate. Tear him to shreds.
I'd love to see you try.
There, commence.
Peace.
The Nightwings make their mark upon
17, let's go. Right, Bertrude. Coming in? Get in.
the name of Solium Mur. Yes.
Those imps are having fun. Oh! That was a bad idea.
Unexpected. Barker leaps
Damn.
headlong into the fire.
Alright, that's fine.
Yes.
Oh, don't hit Volfred. Missed. So don't mind me, coming through. Try again? Silly dogs. No! Okay. I don't need the money, do I? Really don't need the money.
Shame.
Shame. It's fine. Oh,
Glorious.
get in.
Bertrude's faster than she looks.
Oh yeah, she is.
Once more like that, and we are finished here.
We are.
Glorious.
Alright, maybe one more. Maybe I still have the opportunity to fling that. Oh.
The orb.
Ah, no.
'Tis what the scribes ordained.
It's fine. Got 40 on the pyre. It's good. Oh, maybe not.
Indeed.
Hmm. Give it another try. Maybe I've got to stop doing this. Ow. No.
Alas.
Right. No faffing around. Let's just do it.
There.
Peace out.
And it is done.
Whew.
The Nightwings prevail yet again.
Yes.
They hardly deserved it, though, if you ask me.
Oh, shut it, voice.
The right is complete.
Yes. Oi, you think you're better than us because you beat us fair and square, is that it? Ah, at least you got me to me blood to boil a bit.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained.
Yeah, there is. Go, Gilman.
That Wilfred always was a little slow to pick things up.
It's been a while since my last outings in the raid, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. Ah, okay, what have we got for Volfred here? Yeah, you know what, let's do
Tis
that.
the wisdom of old 100 Mines.
Hey, Bertrude, you leveled up as well. What shall you have? Yes.
Until
Vital
the
powers.
next right.
Well, basically, we got it, it's great. After you overcame the distance in a close contest, there is little time for you to rest as yet. The night beckons, and the next rite reveals itself to be a vital one. It is already time, reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. He heads out straight away, and you follow in turn. Indeed, among the remaining stars, you see one with which you are familiar, and now burns ever brightly. Bring us Solium. Here's our chances of success now. 59%. Oh. And we will currently be taking on the Fate. Well, let's get us there. Already are the Nightwings summoned back to Mount Alodiel. Picture the rights of the wheel broken free from a black wagon. It is turning uncontrollably, and soon shall reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances left for some to go free. Either us or else our adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit, knowing we have so few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back to the Commonwealth, should our plan somehow fail, they may look upon their exile with fondness. So, return to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are also those among us whom we count on to prevail in the fights. We need them on the Nightwings just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here, given the circumstances. And so, who stays, who goes, these choices affect us all. No pressure there, my kin. Yeah, thanks. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. Oh, we got some voices. Oh, it's Bertrude, also known as the reason for my throat to disappear. You're unaccustomed to seeing Bertrude smiling, and yet, there she is, doing just that. You've seen why. You've observed before how her manner seems to soften to the degree it can, whenever Volfred is around. If only I could have seen their faces then. What would your secret, dare I ask, dear Bertrude? It appears they are reminiscing about old times in the Commonwealth.
Flame-resistant inks, sandalwood. It was the inks themselves which kept those volumes from being burnt to ash. Flame-resistant inks. Of course. The good officers who came to visit, they were so intent on burning all the evidence, they did not stop to think the evidence was fireproof. Alas, that they later found a way to burn thy stamping press regardless. Thy written words, they moved us many times. And now, and many others whom we knew there in the southern bogs. No matter, dear Bertrude. What's done is done. At least we made it difficult for them, is that not so? While introducing some of our fellow citizens to new ideas. Yeah, perhaps. My words would have not reached near half as many were it not for you. Not to mention how I managed to elude them for another decade or so. I am ever thankful for your sacrifice. Thy thanks shall not be necessary, Sandalwood. Well, you shall have to take them from me anyhow. Thank you, Bertrude, for helping to fulfill a modest author's dreams. What good's a stamping press without good inks? No good at all. They exchange a laugh at this, but then, even still, and through this new ordeal, thou hast no love for us, is that not so? Bertrude, nay, we understand full well. Thou needst not further explain thyself. There are different kinds of love, Bertrude. On that account, thou hast nothing to teach us, Sandalwood. They each remain silent for a time. Our hearts, they cannot be controlled, Bertrude. Blasted things they are. They act well on their own. He puts away his pipe. I am blessed to have you in my life, back in the Commonwealth, and here as well. I mean that, although I know that it is not enough. At first, Bertrude does not seem to acknowledge this in any way, but then... Nay, Sandalwood, it is enough. It is enough. She departs without awaiting a response, brushing past you as she goes. Volfred soon turns away as well, politely bidding you a good evening. The two old friends have evidently managed their way past certain tensions in their long-standing relationship. They rather seem to draw a certain strength from one another. Fair enough. Right, well, let us continue on our way. Back to Mount Elodial. And the fate. That's what we got here. Support, fall, Panther may get favour from scribes. Yeah, we will take Panther. Try and keep the XP balanced a bit. You make landing upon Mount Elodial, where Volfred pulls you aside while the others complete the post-flight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking up. Reader, as you know, I now wear the raiments once again. This means that I, myself, may soon be worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the 8 scribes. Know, however, that it is not my wish to go just yet. It is true I could be of some benefit to our plan back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. Perhaps once the Nightwings are on a surer footing in their path, my time shall come. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I wanted you to know. I shall of course defer to you. Our path is not to contradict the reader's will. Anyway, I trust that all of us, yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, then by when all of this is over. Let's go seek the Nomad Scribe's favour, shall we? Having completed the post-flight inspection, you and Panther visit the monument of Golgolathanian. That's a name. Second of the 8 scribes, as it says in there, in Emperor's Fall. Sure. I have to hand it to you, Panther. You have a real gift for getting yourself into one bad situation after another. Now here you are, praying to the dead to bring the stars back. Is that it? Maybe you'll get out of here this time. Things might even be worse back home. Soon she's finished paying her respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Golgolathanian. Let's try that again. Golgolathanian has shown you favour. You shall soon ascend the mountain, though there is now time to pursue your vocations. Oh, and Panther gained 2 hope for the next ride as well.
Right. Oh, and some talking, which is good because we can do that and then take a break. Oh, Pyre. Funny seeing you here. And she's staring out the window as you approach. I miss flying, reader darling. Take it from me. It feels as good as you'd expect. It's not enough for those Commonwealth brutes to cast us down here. If they can get their fingers on us, they make sure we never fly again as once we did. All while calling it an act of mercy. Let me ask you something. You've learned a thing or two. What have your studies taught you of my kind? Oh. I'll just say that they've suffered. You know that the harps have long survived on the brink of extinction, and the warriors of the high-winged remnants are all that remain of them now. They may see little recourse at this point than to avenge their fallen, and see to it that the Commonwealth suffers in return for all that has transpired. Such sympathies couldn't have earned your popularity, I gather, darling. In fairness, you leave out a number of atrocities my people have inflicted upon yours, but nonetheless, you seem to have the gist of it. My kind certainly aren't known for their good sense of humour, I can tell you that. My little tongue got me into no small amount of difficulty till I learned to keep it well under control. The mountains I come from, the views there certainly are something. But there's a bleakness of it too. Being surrounded only by those consumed by the desire to avenge. We're very proud like that. Everybody vying to be the strongest, to kill the most of you. That way, we might just get a shot with the prince. That's, one male. Continue the line, if he even exists. Imagine that being the best case scenario, darling. She shakes her head. Anyway, I was just thinking I'd rather enjoy the travelling we've done. The change of scenery does me good. Perhaps I'll stick to wandering after all this. In fact, I have a fancy for some wandering right now, if you'll excuse me. She heads out of the wagon and into the sublime grandeur of Mount Elodial. Fair enough. Right, let's look at vocations again. Or in particularly training. So, Ray. So who are my three highest here? So Tizo, Gilman, and Bertrude. Now what will mentor Sandalwood a bit more? Aura! Keep that private lesson going. So, with that, we're going to go and take a break before we continue the journey. So I'll be back in about 3 minutes, and then we go for another liberation rite and the consequences that come from it. So we'll see you in a few. Okay, let's do this. Let's go. One more hour. Or there or thereabouts. Let's continue the journey for the fourth liberation rite. Right, what have we got on the high road? Volfrid. Gilman shall gain favour for this. It's a stat bonus for the rite, and considering we want him to ascend, we want him at his very best. En route to the mountaintop, you pass by a monument to Under King Oris, and Sir Gilman happens to take notice. It seems this knight's test of honour is just beginning to begin. He is to understand the stars themselves are vanishing. Impossible, he says. How can there be such a thing as honour in this world if the stars themselves are want to leave this world behind? Soon, he has finished paying his respect. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Under King Oris has shown him favour. Hey, 3 glory. Nice. Right, let's get us to the gate. You and your fellow exiles gather at the foot of Scribe's Gate before an archway carved of stone where stands the Gate Guardian. Greetings to you, Celeste. I see the exiles of the Nightwings have returned, even if the cycle of the rites begins drawing to a close. The Nightwings accept this as the will of the scribes. The Gate Guardian laughs at this, softly, for some reason. And you, Tarek? Oh, sorry, one moment. Can't see the chat. There we go, and you, Tarek, do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is of no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you come forth and state what it is you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. One by one, the Nightwings declare themselves. You all pass through as before. When Volfrid takes his turn, Celeste stops him. You. I see you wear the raiment once again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. While I do not know exactly why, I have my fears. One of my contemporaries, he who fell from the summit long ago, he lives and seeks his liberty again. He stands against us now and believes his triumvirate to be the true Nightwings. I remember well the contemporary whom you mean. Then, the Nightwings stand divided. Yes, and so I wear the raiments once again, in case that it may help to right this wrong. For I am Volfrid's Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She considers Volfrid's words for a moment. I see. Then, move along. The Guardian of Scribe's Gate regards you all, and then she beckons you onwards. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Celeste? What is it, Tarek? The will of the scribes. Long have we both followed it, I think you would agree. In equal measure it has drawn us close as separated us. But if the aim is now to keep us apart, for another age or longer, then no, I do not accept that will. You blaspheme, Tarek, and at the gate no less. But the lone minstrel simply puts his hat back on. Then, may the scribes themselves admonish me. Until tomorrow night, Celeste. Oh dear. Things really are falling apart. Having reached the peak of Mount Elodial once again, you see the vastness of the downside all around you. It leaves you in deep thought regarding which of your companions ought to go free this night, as Ruki did the last time. Yeah? Alright. Hey guys, so I don't know what's going up there with all them stars all acting real weird and stuff, but let me tell you something here. You ain't gonna find a better deal on this stuff from anybody, and I mean anybody in the downside. You can trust me when I tell you that, okay? So go ahead, stock up. Oh. Interesting. Permanent hope gain. Oh, right. Well, we're not going to use Oris's scale. So we can have that, and then we can take this fortified sun serum, and we'll just place that there. Who could do with a permanent hope gain? So hope is respawn time, isn't it? So, who's got the least hope out of us all? Bertrude? Something to consider. Oh, you know what? Do it. It's like I don't think Bertrude's going to be one that's escaping here. Which... There you go. Have some extra hope. Thanks, guys. Good luck in that thing you're going to tonight. Not just that though. We've got some talking with Sandalwood to do. Volfred looks up at you as you approach and smiles. I never thought that I would say such things, my kin, but it's good to wear the raiments and the rites once more. The march of time does have a way of healing certain hurts. Besides, the Nightwings of today, we are a very different beast than the Triumvirate which took me in almost a decade ago. Ours was the Triumvirate of exactly 3. Well, 4, with Tizo, who proved to be an exception. Though, historically, the Nightwings never took on more exiles than needed. I have mentioned my predecessor, Brighton, and my former companions, Orisa and Aurelek. Perhaps naively, I had hoped my time with them would not be relevant directly to what we now attempt. But, seeing as our stories are now intertwined, do let me know if there is more you wish to learn of them. Well, let's ask about Aurelek straight off. He asked what he was like when he and Volfred first became acquainted. Volfred remained silent for some time. I was very, very sick, you know, when I first landed in the downside. The long trip down the river must have been a little much for me. It was Aurelek who found me. He could not have known of my capacity to read before he revived me. He was a physician, intolerant of the sight of suffering of any kind. Not just any physician, mind you. A gifted, highly decorated one. He served on the front. Back then, skirmishes erupted frequently, and those such as Aurelek, they had to deal with many casualties on either side. In time, he said he grew repulsed by what he saw. This sowed in his heart a yearning for an end to all the bloodshed. So, he tried to use his status to negotiate a treaty with the High-Ring remnants. It must have gone about how you'd expect. He was given direct orders to return to the front. But, when he refused to soil his hands again, they cast him into the downside. Here, he gained the notice of the Nightwings, and before long, he grew to be one of the finest rites conductors anyone had ever seen. He was instrumental in the liberation of his companions, whose roles in the Triumvirate were later filled by Orisa and me. In time, Aurelek's own opportunity for freedom had come up. He longed for it, so that, with his exalted status, he might stand a better chance of negotiating peace. However, on the evening of his liberation, well, you know the story from that point. Volfred breathed a heavy sigh. He and I were kindred spirits for a while. I could not bear to think that he was gone. And now, I still cannot entirely believe that he is back. He is our adversary now. Transformed. Grown cold. Still, part of me is happy that he lives. Make no mistake, of course, I shall not be swayed against our plan. Not by Aurelek, or anyone. As I have said before, we share a higher calling now. As for Aurelek, he wants his freedom, still. Although I wonder if he still remembers why. Anyway, was there something else, my kin? Let's ask about Brighton. I'll leave Orisa till the end. You inquire about Brighton, who you understand was liberated prior to when Volfred first joined the Nightwings. I never met Brighton in person, but I know him rather well by now, though, for that matter, my kin. So do you. He studies your reaction for a moment, then... Brighton was born wealthy, but not special otherwise. You would have no reason to have heard of him. He was exiled for negligent misconduct. I do not know exactly why, and do not care for spreading rumours. First heard of him through Orisa and Aurelek, who found in me a suitable replacement following his liberation. They spoke little of him. Aurelek gave the impression that they did not see eye to eye, but he assured me I would soon hear from him myself. Indeed, as I became accustomed to the book which you well know by now, I soon began to hear the voice. Volfred looks at you as if to see if you yet take his meaning. Oh, the voice is... Oh! You see, my kin, after Brighton's liberation, he assumed a new identity within the Commonwealth, and a new responsibility to the Triumvirate which liberated him. That voice you hear from time to time, whensoever the stars align, it's his. He is no longer Brighton. He is now none other than Archjustice Androboles the Ninth himself. Oh. Oh. Oh, now I want to take the voice on any time. Liberated exiles retain certain burdens to their old triumvirates. They have much to thank them for, not just their freedom, but their exalted status in the Commonwealth. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth. They do not wear masks and raiment simply for sake of ceremony. They are not who they appear to be. Their public pasts are nothing but a fabrication. Like Brighton, they once were exiles too. Brighton, that voice. He has no love for either one of us by now. He knows full well what we attempt to do. Yet, he is bound by the traditions of the rites. He shall always stand on ceremony and complain, but I think he knows, deep down, that he is powerless. How ironic that one of such high status in the Commonwealth should be so frightened of some long-forgotten exiles such as we. Anyway, that's Brighton for you. He must have seen in you the potential to be one of his staunch supporters for a time. If that's a path you'd wanted to pursue, I should apologise. Now then, whom else should we talk about? Well, we've got Orisa. So we have Aurelek the Fallen, Brighton the Voice, and Orisa the... You ask about Orisa, who you understood betrayed Aurelek at the moment of his liberation, but then perished in the Shimmer Pool. I'm afraid you know the brunt of it, my kin, but I suppose you want to know something of Orisa's past, lest you be quick to judge her solely by her actions. Mind you, I would never make excuses for the terrible choice she ultimately made, but her life, I understand, was very difficult. Orisa had been exiled for the foulest of acts. You could see it plainly branded on her face. Such was the heinousness of what she did in the eyes of the Commonwealth. She was an apprentice blacksmith in her youth, taking up the post left by her brother. He had fallen in battle on the Blood Border, despite wielding her father's own lance and armour, up there. Her father never quite recovered after this, and he had grown cruel and detached. It was Orisa who took the brunt of his fury. He expected the impossible of her. One day it was all too much for her, so when next he lashed out at her, well, she struck back. She struck back again, and again, and again. When they came for her father was gone, and she was not herself. She was promptly cast into the downside for the crime, where her hatred for the Commonwealth only grew. Orisa was always intense in her demeanour, haunted by her father's memory. More than that, her chief motive for wanting back her freedom was, in hindsight, not a healthy one. She longed to join our nation's enemies, to build for the hiring remnants a great siege engine that could shatter the defences of the Commonwealth, and forever end our feud. What she ultimately did to Aurelek, it was an act of pure and thoughtless desperation. I do not think that it was simply evil, nor do I think it was personal. I often wondered, though, if, in her final moments in the Shimmer Pool, she understood what she had done, and the depths to which she had fallen. For years, I must admit I hated her, but now, my only hope is that she found a peace untenable during a relatively short life in the Downside and the Commonwealth. Furthermore, I hope the life of Orisa offers some perspective yet to those of us who have not made the same mistakes. Now then, was there something else? No, I think we're good. You bid Volfred a good afternoon and leave him with his memories. A pleasure, reader. Reflecting on the past from time to time helps demonstrate how far we've come, yet how much further we have yet to go. So, there we go. We've now learnt of, well, everyone. What we brought out. And let's do this liberation rite. Once more you've gained the fall of Solium, where one of you may go free, but first you shall have to prevail against the fate in the liberation rite. Reader, your companions are gathered there under the fall. They shall be counting on you. Indeed, as the cycle of the rites turns ever faster, so too is our plan set in motion. My agents in the Commonwealth are beginning to cause a bit of a stir out there, and word has reached high places that the rites are ending. This is our chance, though Let us not despair should victory elude us here. We shall make the most of whatever the scribes may have in store for us. That is to say, good luck, my kin. It is time. More Titan stars. What's this one? Oh no, we're not touching that. Let's go.
Once more, the Nightwings gain the summit of the sacred Mount Aladiel
Alright, Brighton.
to conduct the liberation rite. Even as the stars themselves abandon you. Make good upon these final opportunities, reader.
I try.
This glorious age-old tradition coming to an end upon your watch. I trust the fate your adversaries shall not throw away this chance. Choose now who may go free, should they unfortunately fail.
Pyre is burned and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur, the pyre is burned and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the fate, come forth now and declare yourself and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. The bent-old cur, Dalbert, steps forward and struggles for a moment with his mask. Greetings, good heralds. I am called Dalbert Oldheart. It is the greatest honour of my years to stand upon this sacred site, upon which the 8 scribes first anointed these glorious proceedings. Nightwings, we are honoured to be in your presence once more. Father, they are our adversaries, not our hosts. We need not be so gentle with them. They shall do their utmost to keep you from your freedom. Dalbert, your son speaks out of turn. Control him. My serious apologies for his unnecessary outburst. Alma, please. We have worked towards this opportunity and we must make the most of it. He puts his mask back on. My son and I stand ready to begin. Nightwings, your decision. On whose behalf shall you conduct the liberation rite? Reader, I would ask you to choose wisely, but I'm sure you know no other way. And you, prepare your song, Tarek. Of course, Celeste.
Whom do you intend to liberate?
I intend to liberate Sir Gilman.
Sir Gilman.
Has this knight at last regained his honour? Let us now find out.
Who shall lend him
And
support?
we'll throw in Tizo. Tizo is more than willing to help Sir Gilman get home. And Bertrude. Then we shall do what is within our power for that one.
Very well.
We give thanks to have this opportunity to face you, O Nightwings. Now let us strive to our fullest capability with honour and with grace. Save your strength for the right, Father, and for the voyage home. Let this be our final battle against them. Let's go.
Commence.
Boing. We can do this, Alma. I believe in you. And so do the scribes. Hey, excuse me, Ray? Wait, what? What is this? What are you talking about? This is the liberation rite. What are you doing? Ray pulls at her mask. I think you are my friend, Alma, and so I am hoping for the best for you and for your father. He believes in you, and so do I. But we have to do our very best as well, and I know we cannot all prevail, only the Fate or the Nightwings, but not both. Not both. Alma looks on in stunned silence. The outburst seems to have disarmed everyone. We all have to do our very best, and then the scribes, they're going to watch over us and make everything okay. You'll see, Alma, you'll see. She puts on her mask back on as the liberation rite continues. Whether her words flustered your adversaries or emboldened them, you cannot tell. Get in. Take 32. Right, Gilman. Wah. Oh, dropped. I've got it. Oh, hey. Oh, my. Go to... Oh, dropped. Right, hold on. Goodbye, Teaser. Oh, dropped again. Oh, damn it. Come on, we can do this. Right, go. Get in. Oh. Hear us now, O noble Joma, for we beseech you. Surely we cannot prevail without your aid. If ever of you heard my prayers, I beg of you, please smile upon us now. Whether from his prayer to the scribes or simply from Dalbert's resolve, something comes over your fellow exiles here. If they are banished now, they shall not soon return. Then we can't have this. Oh dear. Oh my god, that is one hell of a timer. Finish this. Got 8. Oh no.
An unimpressive thrust, but true.
It was. But what you've done is just give me Gilman back. Oh, that being said. It's over.
There it is, at last. The Night Wings proved their worth.
Sorry, Ray, if you're Alma's friend,
As for their adversaries, they
if you're Alma's friend, you're staying down here with him.
Thus ends the
That's how that's
liberation
gonna work.
rite. And thus the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Night Wings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds. Return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Yeah, alright. Alas, my son. It seems, once more it seems I have failed you. Father, wait! What good is freedom to us anyway, if we would be apart? I guess he makes a point there. Sir Gilman stares at nothing in particular. You sense he's still taking in what has transpired, and what it means for him. So then, this night, he is to be free? He is to be free. Nay, but that would mean... Why, that would mean his honour is restored. One cannot go back unto our Commonwealth by any other means. This night's exile was self-wrought, his disgrace profound. That he has been atoned under the eye of the Underking, and all of his noble comrades. He begins to grow very emotional, and then... This knight loves you all! He loves you all. Let you would strive for him, and let him join your noble quest. This knight does not feel as though he is deserving of this outcome, yet the result appears inarguable. Even now, this knight is drawn into the Shimmer Pool. Our time grows brief. Therefore, know this, beloved friends. This knight shall ever strive on your behalf there in the Commonwealth. Though his honour may have been restored, his true journey only now begins. And so, good friends of the Night Wings, this knight must now bid you farewell. However, the bonds we form together shan't be broken by mere distance, nay. Strive on, good friends. Strive on. You can still hear Sir Gilman as he vanishes into the Shimmer Pool. If this lowly knight could have achieved such glory, surely can you? Farewell. Farewell. Yeah.
Godspeed, Sir Gilman. scribes are watching from afar. By their grace, may the cycle of the rites keep turning for as long as possible.
Oh yeah, cheers, Brighton. Right.
The 8 scribes gave
Father,
their
wait.
freedom so that
Calm
we
yourself,
may
my son.
yet have ours.
The liberation rite is ended. But no, how can you be so calm even now, after what happened? Did you strive this night with all your heart, Alma? Yes, but it was not enough. It was not enough. No, my son. It was enough. It was more than enough. Father. So it goes. You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the fate in the liberation rite. Tizo wishes Sir Gilman a safe journey home.
What with that, we can make good of all such incidents.
You succeeded in liberating Sir Gilman, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. We have but a few such liberation rites remaining. Exactly how many, I do not wish to speculate about, as yet, until such time as we can better say for certain. Under no circumstances would I suggest this is ideal. However, it is opportunity enough that our plan, which has now got a 66% chance, may, as yet, succeed. Although, all of these setbacks, I fear... Balfour trails off and falls silent. Some of the others exchange looks. They are beginning to understand. With the right soon ending, everything which Volfred has sought, both on his own for many years and now with all of you, all of it may have been in vain. The hush spreads to the others, but not to you. You then proceed to do something that none of them seem to expect. You raise your voice. Each of your fellow exiles turns to you, their expressions asking you a question with no easy answer. What are we going to do? As you meet Tizo's gates, the words for the occasion begin to crystallize in your mind. You are searching for the right words, as all your fellow exiles are looking to you now. You tell them? Okay, you tell them that you've all stood together time after time throughout this quest and are now poised to seize upon a glorious opportunity. What else have we got? You tell them that you're not going to mince words with everyone here because by now each of you knows each other well. You tell them... You tell them that you've all struggled to have come this far across the downside. There are many challenges that you face. Go with that one. None of you pursue this quest with any guarantees, as a quest you all knew was unlikely to end well. It is clear now not all of you are going to return. Surely this has weighed heavily on everyone, or your path to freedom is still is laid bare before you all. True freedom is not waiting for you in the Commonwealth. Meanwhile, the stars themselves are shining on for you. All of what has transpired cannot be mere chance. Oh, I can change all these. Commonwealth is already on upheaval. There you have unfinished business to conduct. But something far more vital is at stake. The disappearance of the stars above can be no accident. It is a sign that the world is changing. You now have this opportunity to live with purpose, for each other, for all those who shall live on. When you look at it that way, you can believe any of this if you cannot see merit in this quest. When you look at it that way, which side of the world you end up as is up to all of you. Whether you achieve your freedom is all up to you. You need but see the journey to its end. After a brief period of reflection, you share one last sentiment with the group. We have to keep going until we are free. Thus you do remain together with your thoughts. No one speaks for a time, but then...
Thou was dared to change this ancient world reading one, and yet thy words are tinged with certain truths.
Tis I vows to stand with you no matter where your quest shall lead. May long the stars remain a light for your reader. All the while, Volfred remains watching you intently. Then his expression softens, and he smiles. You are right, of course, my kin. We are the Nightwings. It is precisely as you said. We have to keep going, until we are free. Lead us then, reader, to the end of our quest and the dawn of a new age for all our kin. Everyone, for the Nightwings! Everyone responds in kind. They stand with you no matter what. They await the outcome of your vision of the stars, which burn with renewed fury, because now, the last rites beckon. Hey! We all gained permanent. The stars now now burn with what appears a desperate fury. Many more of them than usual. Holy hell. The stars are the 8 scribes. They shine together, now, as one. The lone minstrel draws breath, as though surprised by what he sees. He backs away and averts his eyes. This is another sign that the rites are soon to cease. Few chances yet remain to confront the adversaries you have met during your journey. There's 2 more rites till the next liberation. Currently, we're on 4, the question mark remaining. Okay, so currently we've got the accusers. If we can set something up that we leave the withdrawn there. Withdrawn have, well, or Milda has 5 less hope. Now it's just also our case of who we look to liberate next. So we need to find the accusers. The accusers. There we are. Joma the Dusk Star. Your next adversary is to be the Accusers, led by one called Lendl, whom I believe you first met many moons ago. His is a tale I hope shall be forgotten. He tells you what he knows of your next adversary. Lendl the Liar, the first adversary you confronted in the Rise, not long after you took your first steps on the path to freedom. A former constable of the Commonwealth, he gained a reputation for a strict and brutal manner. By any means, he always caught the crook. Once, he arrested a civilian who hated him on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts that had gone missing. Lendl discovered the artifacts himself in the civilian's home. The suspect soon was exiled. Still, he denied the charges, even as they cast him downriver. The case was investigated further, though too late. Suspicions turned to Lendl. Turned out he planted the damning evidence himself, so he was exiled in turn. In the downside, he soon became acquainted with the rights, having heard of all of this from several people in high places. He asserted himself as the de facto leader of the accusers. They bent to his aggressive nature, and prevailed many times under his watch. Yet, each time his chance at liberty arose, the Nightwings either defeated him, or simply did not show. At any rate, Lendl shall be looking forward to our arrival, I expect. We may resume our journey come daybreak, but in the meantime, I would advise taking on what rest you can. You bid the lone minstrel a good evening. At dawn, you shall take flight again. Not before we have a conversation with the Throat Killer. Following the successful outcome of the Liberation Rite, you find Bertrude muttering something to herself. You hear some of the words as you approach.
Shall thou seekest darkness, then may nightfall come to thee in time.
I can't keep doing that. At least not without water.
Thou shalt seekest courage, then may bravery soon bloom within thy heart. Shouldst thou seekest water? Oh yeah, I need water. Then may the oceans open wide for thee. Thou shalt... what? Should thou seek fortune, then...
You recognise it as the Bog Benediction. An old blessing of goodwill from the southern bogs, never uttered here in modern times, though you've never heard it said aloud. Then Bertrude sees you there and cuts short the chant.
Care thee to explain thy presence, reading one. We were amidst an invocation, which must now begin anew. 'Tis for the Worm Knight, if thou needest know, to speed him on his homeward journey. The Worm Knights are a distant kin. Unlike their ilk, ours have but passing interest in the sea. There, within the depths, we have long seen that is which to be seen. Nevertheless, the distant kin is kin. That foolish Worm Knight, surely he could have never survived his years if not for divine aid. Thus, we provide him more. Then, perhaps, the Worm Knight, easily underestimated as he is, perhaps he shall turn out to be of some small benefit, as part of Sandalwood's designs.
She glares at you intently for a moment.
Mistake thee not these actions for affection, nor for a longing for the loudness of this place to escalate ever again to volumes such as only as incessant shouting could achieve. Now, leave us reading one. This invocation must be finished ere the Worm Knight finally arrives upon the shores beyond this land, before his homecoming.
She turns away from you and then begins her chant again. Yeah, we know. You leave her to a benediction. The Worm Knight's absence is already felt. You know, however, that he will strive with all his might on your behalf there, on the other side. Right. Yeah, got a couple of rites maybe, or a rite and some story to go before we finish. There is no time now to return to Moonlight Alcove as before, as the stars have already urged you on. Everyone is ready to make haste for the Spring of Yoma. Let's go. Oh. Hi, Moonlight Alcove. Balfred approaches as you fly above his hidden lair at the Moonlight Alcove. You can't help but wonder if you'll ever return there. Oh dear Alcove, I've asked my agents to break down the place. It soon shall be gone, if it isn't already. We shall not be returning. We have not the time to do so, anyway, and with Orelek back among the living now, and no longer fond of me, I dare not think what he would do with it. Unfortunately, hiding places are of little value once they're found. Once all of this is over, those of us who do not manage to return, we shall have to find another place to live. To try to live, at least. Alright, fair enough. Bye. Oh, they're all chilling there, aren't they? Okay, so we've got fall flat. Deeper understanding of the rights. Yeah, let's get Valfrid back into this. Let's survey Fall Flat. Having reached the Fall Flat, you decide to accompany Valfrid for a walk among the desolate sprawl. Your conversation soon turns to matters of the rights, which you discuss at length. That is a fascinating analysis, and an angle on the rights that I had not considered in full. By the time you return to the wagon, you sense you gained a deeper understanding of it all. Hey, Valfrid gained enlightenment, and is now level 3. So, let's see what we can gain for him this time. So we got this. And then what's this one? Let's do that. And let's continue onwards to the Spring of Yoma. We're getting towards the end game, people. Maybe one more session. Halt! Everyone, I beg you to please forgive my rudeness here. The Black Wagon has stood shuddered to a stop en route to the Spring of Yoma. There is some commotion as the lone minstrel motions for everyone to be still. Someone is here, along our path ahead. He points into the distance. However, when you scan the horizon, everything is still. You see no sign of whomever the lone minstrel referred to. Still, he indicates caution. Strange. I do not believe I was mistaken. A tense moment passes. Then another. Then the lone minstrel tenses up. Our guest. He is here. You look towards where he signals, and then, at last, you see the cause of his concern. There's no mistaking who it is. Orelek stands there, near motionless, atop some forgotten rock jutting from the dry flats, a fair distance away. He stands directly on the path of your black wagon. Yet he shows no sign of acknowledging the wagon's presence. He appears only to be waiting for something, likely for you all. The lone minstrel gets your attention, quietly. Reader, what do your senses tell you at this time? Orelek may have come with ill intent. And we're going to press forward. There is no need to give in to Orelek's threats. He can declare his intentions or get out of the way. He cannot stand against you all. Very well. Let us press forward then. You give the signal for the drive imps to start the wagon and moves full speed ahead. But, just as you reach the point where Orelek once stood, it seems our guest has already departed. Let us remain watchful as we proceed on course. Indeed, Orelek is nowhere to be found now. The unnerving encounter causes everyone to fall silent for the remainder of the trip. Yeah, what is Orelek doing there? He just stood there, acted up. Your wagon finally arrives at the Spring of Joma, where there is still no sign of Orelek, or your next adversaries for that matter. Your companions organise a quick search about the premises, leaving you to watch the wagon until the rites commencement. Hey Ron, how's it going, pal? Oh hey guys, you know, it seems so awful quiet now. I gotta say, without that little slippery character what used to hang around with you, I mean. Talks like this a lot, know what I mean? I hope he found that on the thing that he's always going on about. We don't get that in stock just now. God damn. What do we have? Typhoon bottle. Sure. We don't need it. It's good. We're fine. Okay, well, see you guys. And who wants to talk? Whoa, excuse me. Something is wrong. Someone was here. Alone. With you. Orelek seems to be examining various objects in the wagon. Whether he has noticed you, you cannot tell. What he is doing here, and how he got in unnoticed, you cannot imagine. You watch him go about whatever he is doing, examining all sorts of things that you and your fellow exiles gathered on your journey. He shakes his head. All of these trinkets, this wagon. It is most different now. Welcoming, and yet I am unwelcome here, it seems, in my own wagon. He directs his gaze at you, acknowledging your presence for the first time. You, a mere shadow. Tell me something. Who are you to them? I'm their friend. You tell Orelek that you've travelled across the downside with this group and count them as your trusted friends. It is a different group now than in his day. A friend, is it? Beware then, for the Nightwings do not always treat their friends with all due charity. Relay to them a message for me, Shadow. Tell them, I shall have my night. He strides right past you towards the door, but then he turns to you again, once more. I shall have my night. Then Orelek is gone. Ooh-wee. Several of your companions return as you exit the wagon. You explain what happened. However, none of them saw Orelek. Most concerning, reader. Though I am thankful you are well. Orelek, he always was a peaceful individual, and yet his disposition is much different now. Perhaps we had best inspect the wagon for any signs of tampering in light of these events. You and the others conduct an exhaustive search in and around the Black Wagon for any signs of objects missing or tampered with, as well as signs of damage or foul play. The search yields nothing. No one finds any sign that anything was moved or tampered with. Even the drive imps seem calm. The incident leaves you questioning your own recollection of what happened. You try to clear your mind, for the rite is now soon to commence. And we will do this right and then call it for the stream. Let's go for it. Here, among the dusty wastes of the Spring of Joma, you wait the signal of the stars. There is no sign yet of your expected adversaries, the accusers. Then, the little imp Tizo floats up to you. Tizo cautions you that he has some history of your next adversary, Lendl. Tizo seems to be indicating that Lendl has a personal vendetta against him. But before he can explain anything further, the stars begin to call to you. Learn something more about another star. Oh no, we got another star, the Tattered Mantle. After your adversaries grasp the orb, their auras shall slowly shrink rather than vanish. Oh, interesting. We don't need to activate it though. Get this going.
The infamous Reader returns, along with their remaining retinue of miscreants. You managed recently to rid yourself of yet another one. Your adversaries, the accusers.
Are you still talking?
As with you, they must be very desperate for their freedom. They shall not make it any easier from here.
Uh-huh. Well, let's get the pyres going. Your companions are assembled and ready for the rites to commence. However, there is still no sign of your adversaries, the accusers. The little imp Tizo screeches something, cautioning you all to stay alert. But then, someone leaps forwards from the shadows. He grabs at his mask. Aha! Caught out, you miserable beast. I knew it. After all this time, I knew that you were still among their ranks. Tizo is angry to have stumbled into an apparent trap laid for him by Lendl. Silence, fiend. You robbed me of my freedom, my dignity. Your evil shall be ended here and now, and you, Nightwings, shall not deny me thus again. Come then, my accusers, for we once faced none other than the spawn of the accursed imp, Wow the Swallow. Let us show him now that he is. Let us show him now that he is a disgrace. Tizo whistles something angry back at him. Whatever transpired between him and Lendl in the past, Lendl evidently has not let it go. Oh my god, did that... Alright, fine, we will. Bertrude. Tizo. Volfred.
The choice is cast.
This is my fault, Tizo. I was so experienced back then. I should have never pitted you against Lendl to begin with. Nightwings! The wicked fiend you serve is an affront. He denied my rightful freedom in my moment of triumph. I shall never forgive him or any of you. Alright. Let's do it.
Now begin.
They have 135 on their pyre. We need to get that below an amount.
Tizo banished.
Blink. Oops. Oh, blink. 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 Ah. Oh.
Tough luck, Nightwings. Lendl snuffed out.
Yeah, he did. Okay, alright.
such wherewithal.
Bonk. Hold still, you misbegotten little pox. We're not finished with you yet. Tizo utters at Lendl a slew of the absolute worst profanity. Your curses could not possibly affect me any further, you foul spawn, for you have taken everything from me already. But if I am to be trapped in this forsaken hole with you for the remainder of my days, then I shall see to it that yours shall be as doleful as my own.
That Lendl certainly enjoys a rousing speech, though talk means nothing in the rights.
Yeah. Hey!
Unfortunate.
Alright. Get in.
The fog crone dove into the flame.
Let's see you Nightwings keep this up.
Get in.
My word.
Let's finish this. Oh, damn it, overshot. Ah,
Plunged into your
it's alright, we're good. We have
and it
that.
is done. The Nightwings once again prevail.
Yes.
May their next adversaries fare a little better.
Nah, I don't know.
The right is done.
Tizo is happy. Tizo is very pleased that he prevailed, but wishes to make a quick exit at this time. Blast! Where did he go? Where did he go? That infernal imp. It is a monster in disguise, a fiend, come forth to torment me until the day I die. Lendl storms off in a fit of anger. Tizo reappears once the coast is clear and expresses his gratitude again. What Lendl said before, if Tizo truly is a descendant of Howard the Swallow, then he has quite the legacy to live up to.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes.
Go, Tizo, go, Tizo. Go, Sandalwood. Go, Bertrude, I guess.
You may go now at your earliest convenience.
Alright, fair enough. I will. Back at the Black Wagon, you find the lone minstrel examining your fellow exiles after the secured victory of the accusers in a convincing manner. It is plain to you that none of them look well. The lone minstrel notices you there and turns to you. Reader, the faster the turning of the cycle of the rites has put strain of on everyone. We have multiple cases of banishment sickness this time. It is fortunate that you and your other companions are available to conduct the coming rite, because I fear that this group here requires rest. You bid Bertrude a swift recovery, and she nods weakly in response. You exchange a look with Volfred, who seems exhausted after the last rite. As for Tizo, it is clear he wishes to be left alone right now. You leave the lone minstrel to look after them and turn your attention to the stars that remain shining in the dark outside. Stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Well. So, we've got one more rite until the end of this cycle. And with the withdrawn as they are, the only thing I can think of is to drop the dissidents down another peg again. And we've got the chastity there, tempers, and the withdrawn. We haven't got that choice. So who's furthest down on there? Tempers? Sure. We're back to Kelmer. The stars reveal to you a path towards the Isle of Kelmer, where the rite shall soon continue. Come morning, your travels should continue. But now everyone needs rest. And rest they shall, because this is where we're going to finish it for today. So if anyone who's come in and watched and lurked, Steph who's had a chat, thank you. Reminder, the bar at the top left, that is our follower count, and 100 is what we would need for me to go into the breach again with 12 hours, one idiot. In that case, playing Sonic Adventure for 12 hours, or until he gets 150 emblems, so therefore 12 hours. So with that, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 in the evening, UK time, for Teamfight Thursdays, where we are back in the Dragonlands for possibly one last time. Or maybe 2 more times, who knows? My timing's all off. But the Wheel of Traits and Origins comes out, and Taste the Rainbow is back. For someone else to potentially swipe some of my hard-earned RP to get a nice skin for themselves. Who knows? With that, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.